All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Thursday, March 28th slated games. Trey, let's take a look at that leaderboard. How do you start us off?
Yeah, guys, the board says 0-0, but I actually got a win on the board today. I gave out Norfolk State plus 1.5 versus Purdue Fort Wayne in the CIT championship game. And Norfolk State, like I said, they had the wrong team as the favorite here because Norfolk State, they won this game by 8 points. In my opinion, they had a massive second half. They had me sweating in the first half, down by double digits going into halftime. But dear God, they were a different team in the second half. Shout out Norfolk State.
Yeah, my game has not started yet. Currently 0-0. I've got the VCU Rams at 8 o'clock. We are recording right now at 7:59, so we're going to hop off, watch that game. Game out plus 6.5. They're all the way up to plus 8.5. Not worried at all. I still think they're going to win the game outright against Utah. Trey, let's go to the player props. How do you start us off?
Yeah, and I'm probably going to be an 0-1 here. I gave out Keelan Boone over 15.5 points for Seton Hall. I said he's going to get up a ton of shots, and that was not a lie. Currently, with a minute and a half left in this game, he's 3 for 12, 1 for 6 from behind the arc. So that means he did not hit, only 9 points. Unless we get something crazy, probably not going to happen, though. So probably 0-1.
Yeah, I have Max Shulga here. Over 12.5 points. Came out a little bit lower than I thought it was going to. Going up against Utah, I have full confidence in that play. Utah's not great at guarding perimeter. I expect Max to have at least 3 threes tonight against this Utah team. Trey, let's go to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm very excited to talk about this game. It's going to be this Clemson going up against Arizona game, and this is going to be a very entertaining game to watch. I backed Arizona in both their first and second round games, and it cashed for me both times. And I backed Clemson in their last game versus Baylor, and they cashed for me in that game as underdogs. So I obviously believe in both these teams, but I do like one team a lot more. Give me Arizona here. I'm going to take them minus 7.5 in this game. I feel like this is just not enough points for a team that I believe is going to win this game by double digits. They're simply the better team, and they're playing with a ton of confidence. Outside of PJ Hall for Clemson, nobody else on their offense really scares me, and we've seen Hall foul out of games pretty consistently this year. He even fouled out in his last game versus Baylor, and that almost cost them that game. Meanwhile, this Arizona team, they can attack you all over the court. They play at such a fast pace and shove points down your mouth throughout the game. Arizona, they average 64.4 shots per game. That's the third most in college basketball, and a lot of those shots go in. That is why they're averaging 87.6 points per game, which is also the third highest in college basketball. It's a simple numbers game for me, guys. I'm an accountant. I'm a CPA. I love numbers, and I just do not think that Clemson can score enough points to keep up with Arizona. Caleb Love, he is going to put the team on his back in this game. He's averaged 18.5 points per game during the March Madness tournament. But more importantly, Omar Balou, he is going to be the difference maker for us. He's a massive 7-footer, and his presence will stop Hall in the painted area. Give me Arizona here. I'm going to take them minus 7.5 going up against Clemson.
Yeah, I like the play there for you. For my play today, I'm going to be looking at the last game on the slate. Everybody's got to stay up late. Illinois going up against Iowa State. Illinois, the small underdog in this game. I'm going to take them to win this game outright. Give me Illinois on the money line. This is probably the best Sweet 16 we could ask for besides Clemson being in there. I still don't think Clemson's a good team. I don't know how they're winning these games, but we can call it a Cinderella run for a sixth seed, I guess. We do have, Trey, the top 14 teams in the nation according to KenPom, so maybe those stats did help us throughout the season. I'm going to side with Illinois in this one because I think they have a less likely chance of having a bad game from the field. I know that Iowa State has a very good defense, the second best defense in the country. They're the closest thing we have to a Houston defense. I'm just having a little bit of problem trusting Iowa State to put up points in this one. I know they can score the ball. They scored 82 in the first matchup against South Dakota State, but if Washington State could have made just a couple more buckets, they could have beat Iowa State pretty easily. I'm going to take the team who's had no problem scoring in 4 consecutive games, putting up above 85 points in all 4 of those games. We have superstar talent on the offensive side, Terrence Shannon Jr., Marcus Domass, who can get us a bucket anytime we need it. It's going to be a little bit harder in this game going up against the defense, but I'm going to take the offense over the defense in this one. This should be a great game, but remember, we already saw Illinois against Duquesne in their last game, who played great defense all season long. They stomped on them, put up 89 points in that game. Give me Illinois here to survive and advance as the play. Trey, let's go to the player props. Have you start us off?
I could not have said it any better, Bear, and that's why I'm going with Terrence Shannon to go over 21.5 points going up against Iowa State. I really love this over for Shannon in this game. We're going to see him put up another show here in this one, and this number is just simply far too low because Shannon, he is a walking bucket, and he should continue to stay hot here in this one, even going up against a tough defense in Iowa State. That's because Shannon, he is just red hot right now. Over his last 6 games, he's averaging an absurd 30.5 points per game. And I think he should be able to at least score 22 points here in this one. We've seen Shannon show up in big games all season long and in tough environments. Just in his 9 road games this year, he averaged 24.2 points per game over this number. And in his neutral site regular season game against FAU, he scored 33 points in that game. We should continue to see him dominate. He has his eyes set on the NBA, and he wants to be a top 3 draft pick. And Terrence Shannon, he knows he needs to score buckets to get there. So give me Terrence Shannon. I'm going to take him to go over 21.5 points versus Iowa State.
Yeah, like that play there, Trey. For my play today, we're going to be looking at RJ Davis to go over his total points at 22.5 against Alabama. This Alabama-North Carolina game has a really good chance to be a great game if Alabama plays like they have over the last 2 games. Alabama's been playing some very physical defense over the last couple of games, but it's time to face one of the big boys in the nation, playing one of the number 1 seeds in this bracket. On the season, though, RJ Davis here scoring 21.3 points per game. That has him ranked 11th in the nation. He's shooting 43.6% from the field. He scored 20-plus points in 4 consecutive games. And in the tournament alone in the 2 games, he scored 22 against Wagner, 20 against Michigan State. I have been very impressed, again, with how Alabama's been playing over the last 2 games on the defensive side. But the regular season, I just can't get that out of my brain. They were the worst defense all season long. 95% of the time, they will allow teams to get whatever they want, whatever look they want, because they believe they can match bucket for bucket. They probably can match bucket for bucket, but RJ Davis is a walking bucket. And if you don't bring 2 against him, he's going to dominate you from the perimeter, and he can get a quick step on you going to the rim. Davis, he shoots 41% from the outside. He's a very good shooter. He's very good at getting himself to the free throw line. He's going to take 16, 17, 18 shots in this game. I love the volume against a really bad Alabama defense on paper. Give me RJ Davis here over 22.5 points as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going with Arizona here, minus 7.5 against Clemson. I just feel like they're the better team. Usually we see the Cinderella stories end in the Sweet 16 round. So I feel like that's going to happen. Also going with Terrence Shannon over 21.5 points versus Iowa State. Low number, pull out your hammer, break your phone, and smash it.
Yeah, I'm going to take Illinois, the dog in this game on the money line to advance. I just got some really bad concerns with the shooting of the Cyclones. And they give me RJ Davis here, over 22.5 points. If we see the regular season Alabama, this is going to be a very high-scoring game. If we see tournament Alabama, should be a low-scoring game. But either way, I think RJ Davis can go over that number as the play there. Guys, this is going to do it for the NCAA basketball plays and props for Thursday, March 28th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please be sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. Leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's 2 options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube, and it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,